So what's up, everybody? First of all, I would like to give a shout out to all my patrons, and my Patreon is at patreon.com/the mystical spiral. All my patrons that have supported me since I've started Patreon, and all my supporters out there, I would like to give a shout out to. This morning, even though there was only a couple of us in the live chat, I had to do a spontaneous sunrise show, Spiral Radio. Spiral Radio is a show that I started back in 2015, and now I'm continuing it on Patreon. Of course, I'll still have my weekly show on the Truth Frequency Radio Network, which is on Saturday nights from 7 to 9 Eastern. But now, every Sunday, unless I change the date for certain reasons throughout the week, there will be a show at least one day a week for live Patreon. And last night I was going to do one at feeling sick. I think I had a little bit of food sickness. I wasn't feeling well, and some obstacles going my way. Maybe I spent the night pretty much in the bathroom. But at sunrise, I started feeling a little bit better. I did a spontaneous live Zoom chat for my patrons, and I revealed some of my remote viewings that I have never talked about in public before. And I have been, through working with my crystals and my tensor tools, especially some of the crystals, as well as crystal skulls, I feel that even this Lemurian water tourmaline that you see here, water tourmaline in Lemurian quartz, I have a whole new stock of this, not even on my website yet. It'll be up sometime today or tomorrow, as well as kyanite. They literally feel like memories of Lemuria, memories of Atlantis, memories of ancient civilizations that were once here. And the more I connect with these crystals, the more I'm given memories of the past and what's coming into the future. And I was shown certain things, certain technologies that may have existed in a prior civilization, or that may still exist in another dimension. And I was talking about it this morning, as well as certain things that is transpiring on our planet right now that I was shown. Even where channelings, like the raw material, the law of one, where they came from. I did a remote viewing session to see where were the origins of these channelings, and what I was shown is mind-blowing. I haven't shared it with anybody in the public yet, except for on my Patreon. What you see right here is my new watermelon tourmaline. These are just a few little tiny pieces. I have about 20 pounds all together, and you can see, look at that. This is beautiful clusters of Lemurian quartz and watermelon tourmaline. Beautiful. So I'm gonna have $35 and $55 pieces of watermelon tourmaline. Also, the first person who makes a purchase today will receive a free piece of watermelon tourmaline like this. Some of these are like big specimens. I don't have the big specimens on me right now, but some of them are like big, huge. Like this one is a purchase of a tensor tool or crystals on my website. Let me see. Let me get to people in the chat room. Who do we have here? Let me see. Yeah, I basically spent the night in the bathroom. I was sick. Who we got? Johnny, Mark Thoth, Melinda, Watermans. Who else is there? Sherry. So I had a good amount of orders that went out today. For those that are watching, the order from Sweden went out. 2 orders from Ohio, an Arizona order, and a California order all went out today. And I included free presents with each and every order. Every single order got something for free today. And shout out to my buddy Todd, if Todd's listening, Todd Hughes. He sent me a mix, a CD mix. Really amazing. Thank you, brother. I had sent you a little piece of Lemurian quartz with kyanite with your order as well. He got some beautiful crystal skulls. I only have a little bit amount of the crystal skulls. I might be getting him more. You know, I wait till I can get him from my proper connection, and so I kind of know where they come from. I know who carved them and all of that. So I had gotten in rose quartz crystal skulls, 2 sizes. The smaller little size. To tell you the truth, I like the bigger size quality of the rose quartz better. The smaller size that I got, the rose quartz was good rose quartz, but it wasn't as good a quality as the other rose quartz, in my opinion, including shipping. So it cost about $3 or $4 to ship it, and so it's only like I was only charging like $10 for it, and I didn't make any money on those ones really at all. It wasn't really worth it, but I thought it would be cool to have them on my site, and they're really nice. You know, they're definitely with energy, with frequency generators, orgone pyramids, tensor tools, and a healing technique called the Odic breath. So I supercharge them with energy, and I also charge them with my crystal skulls, which have been at sacred megalithic sites. So they have that powerful energy, especially the rose quartz healing energy. It has it right within it from the Catstone in North Salem, New York, that you guys have seen me go to. It's been charged at that location. So the rose quartz crystal skulls that I have are charged from that crystal skull that was charged there. So they have an imprint of that energy. Yeah, so this morning I was talking about, I don't know how many people out there are from the Northeast or from the East Coast, because I can't speak for anywhere else in the United States right now because I haven't been there in a while. I've been in New York the last 15 or so years, you know, at least in the tri-state area. You know, I haven't really traveled outside outside the tri-state area since like 2004 or so. So I've been pretty much in New York area for a long time now. I grew up here, but then I traveled in my 20s for a while, and a few times when I was younger, but the bulk of my life has been in the Northeast in New York, and you know, in or around New York City, you know. So I grew up in a suburb right outside of New York City, like literally a stone's throw away. So it was like on Friday nights you're in the city, you know, after school sometimes you're in the city, depending on what's going on. So I grew up in and around New York City pretty much my whole life, and during certain seasons like the summer and stuff, you have bugs, like you have mosquitoes, you have bugs. Yes, you have a lot, especially in Florida, right? But this year the mosquito population has been over like an apocalyptic sort of invasion of mosquitoes every time you go outside. And me being near the Hudson River, It's really intense, more than it's ever been before in my life. And I've been in New York, for the bulk part of the 42 years I've been on this planet, in this life. And I've had mosquito bites my whole life, getting mosquito bitten. This year, they are intense, and they are ferocious, and they are bigger than I've ever seen them. Not only that, but for me doing readings on people, from me interacting with people, and people that are quote unquote more awake than the average person, right? Even people that are pretty balanced that I know, talking about they've never been so frustrated, and they've never been so tense and angry, and there's just fits of rage that's coming on us. And of course people are going to say it's because of what's happening on the planet. It's because of the everything that's happening and transpiring around us. And yeah, that does play a part of people being on edge, especially with the face masks, everything that's going on, right? But when I asked myself, and when I asked my higher self, if you want to say, and I went into meditation and I tried to see if an answer can come to me, especially when I was working with crystals, holding my crystal skull, and if I ask for an answer, usually it's revealed to me in some sort of way, either through a vision, either through just a knowing that comes over me, or a sign that I receive, or some sort of way, right? Immediately, I saw an image of a giant black and white mosquito. As soon as I was like, why is people like, what's all this anger about? What's going on? And I saw this mosquito, and I think it's directly linked to some of the mosquito bites that are out there. So if you've been feeling fits of rage and a weird sort of frustration, and if you've been itchy from mosquito bites, and it's associated with even the frustration from the itch magnifying to a bigger frustration that is just blown out of proportion and it's not rational. This is what's transpiring from these bites. And when you have something that's been coming to this planet that hasn't been here for a very, very long time, like Naga type reptilians, or other dimensional energies that haven't been here in thousands of years, they are returning to the planet. And with them come mutated plagues, and with them come certain technologies like the mosquitoes that you see here. They are bugs. Most bugs that you see are technologies for this realm. So this is the watermelon tourmaline. And to get even more enhanced visions about ancient places like Lemuria and Atlantis, crystals is where it's at. Spiral out.